Hello everybody, Silver Busters here, coming at you with another video. And what we're looking at today is just sort of a weekend review of the activities in the silver market. And a big one that was coming out earlier this week is almost, this may have come out last week too, but I think it's worth revisiting here. This has been big news, and I just didn't get to it last week. LBMA acknowledges buying frenzy in the silver market, and this is put out by our good friend at Bullion Star, Ronan Manley, also known affectionately as Ronan the Destroyer, for also putting out several of the other previous articles about the LBMA and what it has or doesn't have on hand. Back when it said it had 1 billion ounces of silver, he calmly pointed out that, yeah, 85% of that was already accounted for by the existing ETF stocks. So Ronan is out here playing it again, commenting on a report that was put out by the LBMA itself, where the LBMA itself acknowledges that it was a close run thing when it came to the buying frenzy that we had back in late January, early February, when silver spiked up towards $30 again. And it kind of goes on and does some silly assumptions like it's never going to happen again. And we'll get back to that. It doesn't think that there's any social media involvement in silver. I think they're wrong on there. But anyway, this article from Roman Manley and the report itself from the LBMA is a good read. This is an article on Zero Hedge that I got to just by searching LBMA, and it was the first thing that popped up. So worth a check to go through this if you've missed it in the last week or so. This is actually very interesting because it's coming out of the enemy camp, essentially, and it admits a lot to a lot of the same things that we talk about all the time here, like the available silver. Investment grade silver is not it's a tight market right now. There's not a lot of it left. There's a lot of new interest in silver, a lot of organizing amongst the retail buyers, and of course the retail market is still tight, and that's something we're going to get into in just a minute here. But I would recommend this article and this topic in general if you haven't heard about this report put out by the LBMA, where basically the bad guys essentially say all the things that we've been saying again, except they say, it'll never happen again. Those guys don't want to buy silver anymore. Yeah, right. Okay, so let's do a little silver market wrap up. And if you guys have any retailers, online retailers that you think I should be checking for spot prices, or 1 ounce round prices, or 100 ounce bar prices is what I usually am doing for the retail investors here, just let me know. I'm doing the 4 that I've had successful deals with. I have a little bit more, I'm not getting anything from these guys, but if I've done at least 1 successful deal with each of these guys, so I can have a little bit more comfort zone recognizing them. But if you got somebody else you think I should be throwing up here for checks, you think somebody has a really good spot price, let me know. I'll throw them up here. I have absolutely no problem with that. Just leave them down in the comments. Subscribe and like the channel while you're at it. And what we're looking at here is maybe the premiums have gone down slightly. But if we're looking at a tube, we're still at $31.50 on a spot price of roughly 26, which is basically where we started out last week. There was kind of a spike up and then a resistance and come back down to the 26 spot, but we basically tread water for the entire week. So at a $26 spot price, we're looking at a $4.50 premium for a tube of 1 ounce rounds on SD Bullion. If we hop over to Ampex, still have a lot of stuff that's just listed in pre-sale. The dates are getting closer, however, is the only thing that I would recognize there, is that a lot of these dates used to be weeks and weeks out. These dates only seem to be about a week or 2 out. They do have some down here for a decent price, assuming these are available. Let's double check. Yeah, it looks like they are at $4.79 over spot. More competitive than they were last week with their pricing, but still not as good as SD has been on the previous one, 131.53 versus, well, no, that looks good to me. So, yeah, maybe they're doing a good job there. I don't know why they put 479 up here. And math doesn't work out exactly, but okay. We will, maybe they have just an excellent any price or high quantity price, 1039. I mean, it's okay. Not great. It's still a little bit above what these other guys are doing. JM has a any quantity price on some 1 ounce rounds. So if you're looking to make a small deal, 3110 I think is beating anything on 3180 and 3191. And we'll hop ahead of here real quick. Silver Gold Bull is bringing the heat here for aftermarket rounds, and with 1093. So even for so they're kind of knocking it out of the park with that deal. If you want to make sure you're getting all the same thing and want the same design, this any quantity price is not bad. It's just the secondary market here. Silver Gold Bull is killing it this week, or at least edging them out. You're saving 17 cents around there. And some people would take this price and run with it, but you might get a mixed set. Or some people might prefer this because they're going to get all the same quantity. Anyway, 4 and if we're saying 4.5, that is, I guess, a slight contraction for the 1 ounce rounds. I mean, we had been in like the 5 to 6 range, and so coming down to 4.5 is not horrible. So some improvement there. I'm still not thrilled with 4.5 as a for 1 ounce rounds generic product. I've already covered that subject previously, but it is what it is right now, and you got to get what you got to get. I can't tell you. I'm not a technical guy. I'm not the guy to ask about where the price is going. Weigh your own personal circumstances when it comes to getting these things. But there's a lot of people interested in the market, and that's keeping those premiums high. Switching over to 100 ounce bars. Let's go investigate with the 100 ounce bar. And I do this because, in theory, a 100 ounce bar is like the top end retail product, essentially. Most people might be able to scrabble together a few $1,000s for an investment, but they're probably not going to get $30,000 for the 100 ounce bar. So this should be, in theory, the cheapest silver that a retail customer can get a hold of in a physical form. And today on SD Bullion, we see generic here at still with 30 handle, which is roughly we're still roughly looking at the $4 mark. So for the 50 cents, I'm still liking the 1 ounce rounds. If we're still looking at a $4 markup, and we'll go check it out on Ampex. So we're going to go to bars by weight. We're going to go to the 100 ounce silver bars, and pre-sale alert me, top pick, and then that's just out of the park there. I don't know why anybody would go out of their way to pay that premium for a 100 ounce bar. So I would basically say out of stock here, because there's no reason to pay a $8 premium on a 100 ounce bar. And this pre-sale stuff looks reasonable, and the price isn't dated horribly. So we're at 36 versus what's over here, 33. And I'm again just barely being edged out. But a lot of people, trust Ampex. They've been along forever. Maybe they will eat that. And 27th is right around the corner, right? Yeah, it's like Tuesday, or yeah. Okay, so on JM Bullion, let's go take a look at 100 ounce bars, silver bars. And we want to see the 100 ounces, please. So 1060, fair, but still a little bit higher. than what we've seen from some of the other folks previously here. Yeah, still edging them out. But I guess to get that, yeah, 3060 is pretty much lining up because you got to buy five, and not a lot of people are going to be buying 15 grand at one go here. So maybe that's not a real fair comparison. But I mean, these say as low as two, so I wonder if I get in here. Yeah, see, they're a little bit higher. 31. So, yep, you gotta keep your eye on these. So really, we're looking at 31 versus 3060 versus 3070, and what's the last one here? Silver bars, and we'd like 100 ounces, please. So 31, no, 3035. Looks pretty good, pretty good. And so they may come out ahead again. I did end up, the one time I did end up going with Silver Global, it was because they had the best premium. It was during that March down spike during the pandemic in 2020. And when it spiked down to 12, everybody was asking for 17 for rounds, and they had them for 15. And that's what got me on the Silver Global. So they may be trying to edge people out here, because I think 330 is going to be the best deal here again for those two. So congratulations, except for the any quantity price from JM on the rounds, you could ensure that you're getting all the same design. So that kind of recaps it for this week for the retail report. Like I said, got any other companies you think I should throw in the mix here, or any other products we should throw in the mix here? Just let me know. Okay, Wall Street Silver. If you don't know, Wall Street Silver's on Reddit. Reddit is a kind of a news, more like a forum group with many topics designed. They're called Reddits, and there is a subreddit dedicated to the Wall Street Silver group. They are relatively new. They're kind of a throw off of Wall Street Bets, which got too big for their britches and basically decided to get rid of the silver people. But yes, remember when I mentioned the whole LBMA thinks, oh, there's never going to be another event with silver? Guess what? There's another event with silver. It's happening May 1st. May 1st is a weekend, but I'm assuming running into the lead up there, it's I think it was Sprott hopped onto this idea. I saw a letter from Eric Sprott. I don't have it. I don't know if it's from Eric Sprott or just from the company, or it's Craig Hemke pushing this, but it's an anniversary of the $6.5, $8. I forget what it was. It was a massive down spike crush back in the early 20 teens, back when silver was coming down off of its high, the run towards the highs near 50, in the aftermath of the great financial crisis. There was a day where it was just like monkey hammered down. I forget if it was $6.5 or $8 an ounce, something like that. And so basically, somebody came up with the idea: hey, let's do a counter raid. Let's go and buy up the silver on that day. And that's the point. People want to say that there's collusion. That this group is collusion, and the FCC, the regulators want to come regulate the little guy. Well, where were they? Where were they on regulating the big guys? You fucking, cowards, right? You got a bunch of corrupt mofo's up there, and they do anything they want. But if the little guy makes an internet board and tries to buy silver, that's illegal collusion. Please get off your high horse and come down to the free market with the rest of us. We'd love to see you again down here. Capitalism, this thing that supposedly happens in our country. Anyway, if you want to participate, keep doing what you already should be doing, which is buy silver. And I'm going to be looking too. I did just do a humongous deal. They're asking for 100 rounds if you can do it. But obviously anything helps. But it's out there. And so if you keep an eye on it, you want to see another big move, maybe leading into next weekend. That's why the silver guys are out in force, Wall Street Silver. And check out their Reddit while you're at it. It's reddit.com, REDDIT .com, and it's Wall Street Silver is the subreddit. If you don't know about it, subscribe to their subreddit. And that's pretty much it for this week. Hope this information is helping you guys out. Remember to like the channel, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all the views that we got on the last video. That's really taken off, and it's got me really excited. My fiance is super jealous, and like I said, my goal is to beat her at her channel. So, hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I'll continue trying to get you this useful information at least once a week like this in the silver market. This has been Silver Buster signing off. Hoping you have a great week ahead. This is it. Bye. See you on the next one.